And welcome back, race fans, to Right Rear Racing. I'm your host, Donnie Watts, and tonight we are bringing you the Dirt Series Promotions Spring Showdown Championship Night. As these drivers are on the track now for their practice warm-up session here at Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri. We're going to have 22 drivers make the call tonight, and all 22 will make it to your main event. So the rest of the format, we're going to have 3 heat races with a roughly about a 2 to 3 minute warm-up session after the heat races, and then we're going to go into your 60-lap main event tonight. And as tonight is championship night, we're going to cover your top 5 drivers in points currently. That's going to be James Broswell Jr. He's going to be leading the points, and he has 913. Then we have Zachary Metzner in second, and he's going to have 876. Tyson Banks is in third with 869. Michael Carter is in fourth with 846. And rounding out your top 5 is going to be Jacob Blaster, and he has 799. That's your top 5 coming into tonight's race. And the next Dirt Series promotion race will be the Slick Track Challenge, and that track is still to be determined. That race will happen April 24th in a few weeks, as there's no racing events for Dirt Series promotions until then. And before we take off with your qualifying tonight, I'd like to give a shout out to all the sponsors for Dirt Series promotions. That's going to be Turn 2 Photography, Butt Kicker, Finish First Designs, and All Out Graphics. And you'll see those sponsors over on the chat on the Facebook side of things. And if you haven't done so yet, and you're seeing this video, please go ahead and like, share, follow, as we're going to keep bringing you racing action here on Right Rear Racing. It looks like we're going to be finishing up our practice session here, as they just got the checkered flag for the practice here, and we're going to go into your qualifying. And we're going to try to find the first one that comes out, as always, here on Right Rear Racing. That's going to be Jordan. Or he's in his car first. Alan Bergen is going to be out there on the track first here as he goes into turn number 3. He's trying to get the high side, get some momentum as he's getting the green flag this time around. As he goes in turn 1, he's up there on the high side, and he's going to lead us down the back straightaway, and he's going to be on the outside of high side of back straightaway. Enter turn 3, he's still running that high side around this track here, as seems like we have a good cushion there. And for his first lap, it's going to be a 14.426 to get us going. And he's looking to get faster here on lap number 2. We also have Earl Arts Jr. He just topped the leaderboard with a 14.32. And Alan Bergen, for his second lap, is going to get a 14.38. It's going to be quicker, but just not good enough to get in that top spot. Cody Connor, on his first lap, got a 14.43. That's going to put him in 5th currently. As you see, he's going into turn number 3 for his second lap. And his second lap is going to end up being a 14.26. That's going to put him up to 3rd on that leaderboard. And we go follow the 0.29 of Lucas Powell. Lucas Powell, on his first lap, I believe I thought he made contact. He did not. He's going to get a 14.61 as he goes down the back straightaway. Enter turn number 3 for his second lap here. And he's coming out turn number 4. He's getting the checkered flag. Let's see if he gets a better time here. And he's not going to get a better time with the 14.78. And we're going to go follow the 9A of Brad Allman. Brad Allman is going to jump up to 5th with a 14.23. As he's coming out turn 4 for his second lap. His second lap, he's going to get a 14.19. That's going to put him at 2nd just for momentarily, as Kenny McWhorter got a 14.14. He's going to jump up into that 2nd spot, pushing Brad Allman down to the 3rd position. And Caden McWhorter is going to get a 14:15 on his second lap. He's right there, both laps on top of each other. We still have Brandon Marlowe in the 37 coming out on the track, and we have Zachary as well coming out there. And Zachary's going to get a 14:14. That's going to put him in the second position. And we're on following along with Brandon Marlowe, that 37 machine, as he's coming down the back straightaway for his first lap. As he's running that high side there in turns 3 and 4. Looks like he's only probably going to get one lap in here, and he's going to have to make it count. And he's going to jump up with a 14:14. We have 3 drivers hitting a 14:14, and that's going to put him in the 4th position. Again, we're going to have 3 heat races tonight, and after the heat races, we're going to go into your 60-lap main event. And heat race number 1 is on the field now. Again, the top 4 are inverted for their fast times here. And Jacob Laster in that 51, he's going to be on the pole. On his outside is going to be the 24 of Colton Snyder. Inside row number 2, we have Brandon Marlowe in that 37 machine. And on his outside is going to be James Braswell Jr. in the 109. In row 3, we have Tyler Carter in the 020. And on his outside is going to be Alan Westland in the 20 machine. And row number 4 on the inside is going to be the number 96 of Matt Mitchell. And on his outside is going to be Lucas Powell in the 029. Again, this is heat race number 1 taking the field now. And tonight we will not have a red line up there, as everyone will be making the field tonight, as we have 22 drivers. And Jacob Laster in that 51 machine, he's coming out of turn number 4. He should be getting the rolled up green flag, as we're going to go green flag racing next time around. And the 51 and the 24, they're going to lead the field down the back straightaway at a good pace here. They're entering turn number 3. They're going to be waiting for the iRacing green to drop to get going here on the initial start. And they're green flag racing now. And the 24 is going to get a good jump on the outside. He's going to go straight up there to that cushion. That's going to be Colton Snyder out there. But the 51 of Jacob Laster got that middle line going. They're side by side going down the back straightaway. And the 51 is going to throw a slide job here in turns 3 and 4 and take that high side away. And he's going to lead lap number 1 with the 24 right behind him, the 37 and the 109. On your screen now, you're going to see that your top 4 drivers. The 37 is looking down low. He's going to make contact with Colton Snyder in that 24 machine. And the 109 of James Braswell Jr., he's going to get that outside going and take over your second position, as the 24 and the 109 are battling it out for second position. Coming out turn number 2 down the back straightaway, 109 of James Braswell. He's going to take the lead, or take the second position away from Colton Snyder, as we are 3 laps into this event. Starting lap number 4, the 24 machine is getting that low side going in 1 and 2. James Braswell is getting the high side going in 1 and 2. And the 51 of Jacob Laster still leading the field, as he just got the crossed flags as we're halfway through with heat race number 1. James Braswell still in second. Colton Snyder in third with Brandon Marlowe in that 37 machine. He's trying to reel in that 24 and make a pass here for your top 3 positions. Thank you, everyone, for liking the stream. And now you see that 109 of James Braswell. He's looking down low in 1 and 2. And right here is going to be your battle for third between the 24 and the 37, as they have gotten the popsicle sticks. We have 2 laps remaining in your first heat race of tonight's action. The 24 machine is going to get that bottom side going in 1 and 2, as he kind of pulled away just a little bit from the 37. He's running the high side in 3 and 4, and they're getting the white flag this time around. And Tyler Carter in that 020, he's going to be running out your top 5. Matt Mitchell is going to be in 6. Jacob Laster leads us into turn number 3 one last time. As he comes out turn 4, he's getting the checkered flag. He's going to win heat race number 1, followed by the 109 of James Braswell Jr., the 24 of Colton Snyder, and 37 of Brandon Marlowe. And then I believe that was the 020 of Tyler Carter for your top 5 tonight for heat race number 1. And 6th was Matt Mitchell. 7th was Lucas Powell. And riding out the field for heat race number 1 was Alan Westland. And heat race number 2 is going to take the field now. And with heat race number 2 on the field, your starting lineup's going to look like this. The 5 of Joey Neese. He's going to start on the pole. Outside of him is going to be the 61 of Earl Arts Jr. Inside row number 2, we have Caden McWhorter in the 014. Outside of him, outside row number 2 is going to be Jordan Koblenz in the 27. Inside row number 3, we have Cody Connor in the 3. And on his outside is going to be Kevin Coburn in the 1 machine. And rounding out the field for heat race number 2 is going to be Alan Bergen in the 2 machine. Again, they're going to be waiting for the iRacing green to get going. As they're coming out of turn number 4, they're getting the rolled up green flag as we're going to go green flag racing next time around. And Joey Neese is blinking out here. We're going to follow on with that 61 of Earl Arts Jr. He's going to be on the outside of the front row as they go down the back straightaway at a good pace. They're stacking them up again to get ready to go for your heat race action here. As they go in turn number 3, they're waiting for that iRacing green as they're coming out of turn number 4. And we're going to be green flag racing. The 5 of Joey Neese is going to get a good start here for lead us in turn number 1. The Caden McWhorter in that 14 machine is going to get that low side going. As Caden McWhorter is looking down low in turns 3 and 4, he's going to throw a slide job on Joey Neese on that 5 machine. He's going to lead lap number 1 here, and Joey Neese is going to be in second. Earl Arts Jr. in the 61 is going to be in third, with the 3 of Cody Connor rounding out your top 4. The 14 of Caden McWhorter leads us down the back straightaway, and he's going to get that high side going. Joey Neese is there. We're going to go back there with Earl Arts Jr. and Cody Connor. That's going to be a battle for third, and we also have Jordan Koblenz in that 27 machine. He's getting the outside going, and he's in fifth, and he's trying to make it 3 wide there, but they gave up a little bit and gave each other room as the 61 and the 3 are side by side. That's battle for third between those two. Again, the 27 of Jordan, he's trying to get in there and get into the action. As we come out turn number 2, Earl Arts Jr. is going to be leading those two, and here comes the 3 looking down low. As we're halfway through with heat race number 2, the high sides there on both sides of the track, it looks like, with the 3 machine trying to get that bottom side going. As Cody Connor slipped back just a little bit, he's going to push up. They're going to make a little bit of contact, but they're going to keep it straight, and we're still green flag racing as we are starting lap number 6 of your 8 laps here in heat race number 2. Jordan is looking down low of the 61. This is going to be your position 3 battle here as we're popsicle sticks up and 2 laps remaining. The 27 of Jordan was at the line, got third, but the 61 of Earl Arts Jr., he's throwing a slide job there, trying to take over third. Here comes Cody Connor trying to take over fourth from Earl Arts Jr. as there's a white flag now as we have 1 more lap remaining. It's been Caden McWhorter at the front of the field for heat race number 2 since the drop of the green. Joey Neese in second. Jordan Koblenz in that 27 machines in third. And we're going to have a battle here at the line. And at the line, that's going to be Earl Arts Jr. in that 61 machine finishing in fourth. And the 3 of Cody Connor rounds out your top 5. And for your heat race 2 results, for your full results, was Caden McWhorter, Joey Neese, Jordan Koblenz, Earl Arts Jr., Cody Connor, Kevin Coburn, and Alan Bergen. And your final heat race is gridding up now. And on the pole is going to be the number 83 of Josh Smith. On his outside is going to be the 35 of Tyler Burrow. Inside row number 2, we have Brad Allman in the 9 machine. On his outside is going to be Zachary Metzner in the 17. Row 3, we have Lawson Williams in the 14 machine. And on his outside is going to be Tyler Potter in the 003. And running out the field for heat race number 3 is going to be Mike Muniz in that 30 machine. Again, it's going to be 8 laps the distance for your final heat race here. And then we're going to go into a warm-up session. And then we go 60 laps racing with all drivers making the show. And they got the rolled up green flag for your final heat race here. Yes, we're going to go green flag racing next time around. as Josh Smith in that 83 leads us down the back straightaway. The field is stacking up, ready to get going here. As they go into turn number 3, they're waiting for that Iris and green as they're coming out of turn number 4. And we're green flag racing now as the 83 and the 35 are going to be side by side going in turn number 1. The 83 is looking down low. Here comes Brad Allman in that from that third position, and he's going to look down low as well. He's going to try to get that bottom side going in his turns 3 and 4. He's trying to get a double duty here. We're going to have contact, and Brad Allman in that 9 machine is going to take over your second. Here comes the 17, and we have contact with Josh Smith and Brad Allman there in 1 and 2. The 17 of Zachary is going to look down low and throw a slide job there. We're all bunched up here, still 2 by 2 by 2 as they come down the front straightaway, entering turn number 1. The 17 of Zachary is going to lead down the back straightaway, followed by Lawson Williams and Brad Allman as they're coming out turn number 4. Zachary's still going to lead this lap here. Lawson Williams is going to be in second, and in third is going to be the 9A of Brad Allman. Then we also have Tyler Burrow in that 35 machine. He's going to be in fourth, and right in front of him, he's going to see some slide job action. And I thought he was going to try to clear the slide job. We're halfway through with heat race number 3, the 14 machine. He's going to push up too high there, and Brad Allman's going to take over your second position. And here comes Lawson Williams, and he's going to look down low. Or sorry, thought he's going to go down a little bit lower, as he's going to be in third, and that's going to be Tyler Burrow in third in that 35 machine, as the 14 is trying to regain himself here and try to take over his third position back. As they're going in turn number 3, they're getting the popsicle sticks as we have 2 laps remaining. Their 35's hard on the 9 there on the bumper, and they're going to come out of turn 2 side by side there momentarily. And the 35's going to look down low. In turn number 3, they're coming out 4, and they're getting the white flag as we have one more lap, as they're going to be side by side. This is your battle for second on the screen, as Zachary Messner in that 17 machine still leads the field down the back straightaway. He's going to win this heat race most likely. Here comes the 35 throwing a slide job here in 9A of Brad Allman. He's going to look for a crossover, and Tyler Burrow in that 35 machine is going to take second away from Brad Allman, as Brad Allman finishes third. Lawson Williams in fourth. Tyler Potter in the 003 will round out your top 5. Mike Muniz in that 30 machine finishes 6th, and Josh Smith in that 83 rounds out the field for heat race number 3. These drivers are doing a few minutes of warm up here, and once they do that, we're going to go into your main event. I'm going to grab me a drink of water and get ready for and the warm-up session is over with. We're going to go into your main event tonight. Again, all 22 drivers will make the call. And starting on the pole is going to be the 51 of Jacob Laster. On his outside is going to be the 014 of Katie McWhorter. Inside row number 2 is going to be Zachary Messner in that 17 machine. On his outside is going to be James Braswell Jr. in the 109. Inside row number 3, we have Joey Neese in the 5 machine. And on his outside is going to be Tyler Burrow in the 35. Inside row number 4 is Colton Snyder in the 24. And on his outside is going to be the 27 of Jordan Koblenz. And row 5 on the inside is going to be the number 9 of Brad Allman. And on his outside is going to be Brandon Marlowe in the 37. Inside row number 6 is going to be Earl Arts Jr. in the 61. And on his outside is going to be the 14 of Lawson Williams. Row 7 on the inside is going to be the 020 of Tyler Carter. On his outside is going to be Cody Connor. And then the number 3 inside row number 8 is going to be Tyler Potter in the 003. On his outside is going to be the 96 of Matt Mitchell. Inside row number 9, we have the number 1 of Kevin Coburn. And on his outside is going to be the number 30 of Mike Manise. Row 10 has Lucas Powell on the inside of the 029. And on his outside is going to be Alan Bergen in the 2. And the last row for your main event here is going to be Josh Smith in the 83. And on his outside is going to be the number 20 of Alan Westland. And just heard from Race Control, they're going to be getting the rolled up green flag this time around. And we're going to go green flag racing next time around. It's going to be 60 laps here. As they go into turn number 3, they're waiting for that designated start zone here with the iRacing green. As Jacob Laster is going to hit that spot, and he's going to get the green flag. And Katie McWhorter in that 14 machine is going to be on his outside. They're going to be side by side going to turn number 1. The bottom side looks like it's going as a 51 of Jacob Laster is going to lead us down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3, he's looking down on that bottom side again in 3 and 4. But the 14 of Katie McWhorter is going to get that outside going. We're going to be side by side, and we're going to have a caution flag come out. And we're going to follow along with Matt Mitchell here in the 96. I don't know exactly what happened there. And I don't know what exactly brought out that caution. And it's going to be it's a restart, original restart here, and we're going to have everyone stacked back up as a double file. And in this league, they also have the Delaware double file restart, as there's 3 attempts of that. That's not going to happen right now. And everyone is out of the pits now. And we have one coming out of the pits there. That's going to be the 029 coming out of the pits. And that's going to be Lucas Powell. I believe Josh Smith might be in the pits as well. As they're getting the rolled up green flag, we're going to go back under green flag condition racing next time around. as the 51 leads us down the back straightaway into turn number 3. They're going to be coming out of turn number 4 and getting that green flag. Yeah, we're green flag racing as they're going to be side by side going in turn number 1. The 14 machine is going to be up on the high side. The 51 is still looking down low. And I don't know what's happening with the scoring here as Jacob Laster is in the back position here. As we're going to be still side by side racing right here with Jacob Laster and Katie McWhorter, as McWhorter's going to get that outside going and Laster's going to get that bottom side going. We're side by side going into turn number 3. This is your battle for first as they're coming out of 4. The 14 of Katie McWhorter is going to be leading the field, and we're going to have another caution flag come out. As you see, these two, the 51 and the 14, have been running side by side the whole time here. And we're going to go take a look at Alan Westland here in the 20 machine. And you see that Earl Arts Jr. spun out right there. Let's see if we can go take a look at that one. As he goes down the front straightaway. Or, I'm sorry, that's the back straightaway. Entering turn number 3. He went in a little bit hard. And we got to... That's going to bring out the caution there for the second time here tonight. And Katie McWhorter in that 14 machine is going to be leading us. And Jacob Laster is going to be in second. So on this restart, Jacob Laster is going to pick the top or the bottom once race control tells him. And if he picks the top, all your even cars are going to be on the outside, and all your odd cars are going to be on the inside, or vice versa for how the Delaware double file restarts happen. And it looks like the 51 of Jacob Laster is going to pick that outside lane and going to force the 109 of James Braswell Jr. down to the bottom. And it looks like we have 2 cars in the pits. That's going to be Billy Mitchell in that 96, as looks like he's coming back out on the track. And we also have another one of, that's going to be the 029 of Lucas Powell. As we're only 3 laps in on this, it's going to be Katie McWhorter leading the field to the green, and he can start anywhere in turn number 3, all the way up to the iRacing green flag. Jacob Laster's been running side by side with Katie McWhorter in that 14 machine, and James Braswell Jr. is right there. And as you see, the last car of Lucas Powell is trying to pull out onto the track, waiting for the field to come around. And once the field comes around, he's going to be joining the tail end, and they're getting the 1 to green next time around. As Katie McWhorter leads us into turn number 1, he's setting the pace for this whole field here. As he comes out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Let's see where he's going to fire off at here. As the field is stacked up, good to go. We're going to go green flag racing. He's entering turn number 3. He's hitting that loud pedal. He's ready to go as he's going to lead us back under green flag conditions. That's James Braswell Jr. He's going to take over your second position running that low line. We're going to be 3 wide here for position number 3 momentarily. That's going to be the 51, the 5, and the 17. And we're going to have another caution here as there's a wreck on the front straightaway. And I'm going to take a look at Alan Bergen here in the 2 machine as he gets going and just got collected here, and we're going to go single file on this next restart. And that was the 2 of Alan Bergen, the 30 of Mike Menease, and the 83 of Josh Smith, all collected up on that restart there. And we have 5 laps down. And we're going to go under single file conditions here to try to get some green flag racing underway. We have Mike Menease in that 30 machine in the pits. He should be coming out. And we're going to go green flag racing next time around. The 14 of Caden McWhorter is going to lead the field. Again, it's going to be a single file restart with the 109 of James Braswell Jr. starting second. And third is going to be the 51 of Jacob Laster, followed by the 17 of Zachary Metzner and Joey Neese in that 5 machine for your top 5. As McWhorter hits turn 3, he's hitting that loud pedal. He's ready to go. Green flag racing once again. As the 109 of James Braswell Jr. is in second. The 51 of Jacob Laster is looking down low. He's going to try to make a battle here. Coming out turn number 2, side by side for position number 2. As they go down the back straightaway, the 51 didn't have good momentum there as the 109 had that outside going. As they come out turn number 4, it's going to be the 14, 109, and 51 for your top 3. This is 51 goes to the outside in turn 1 and 2 for the next lap here, and he's going to get that momentum as he goes in turn number 3 and try to reel back in the 109 of James Braswell Jr. We go back a little bit farther in your field. You're going to have Tyler Burrow looking down low there momentarily in turns 3 and 4. He's trying to get into that 5th position and take it away from Joey Neese in that 5 machine as he looks down low in turns 3 and 4 here. And the 27 of Jordan Koblenz, he's trying to get that outside going and take over 6th position away from Tyler Burrow in that 35. And it looks like the top 7 drivers are all following each other around here, as Jake Laster is still in 3rd, Zachary Metzner's in 4th, and we have Caden McWhorter still leading the field. You're not missing any action up there. We're going to go back there with the 37 of Brandon Marlowe, and below him is going to be the 24 of Colton Snyder. This is going to be your battle for position number 7. I'm sorry, that's position number 8 on your field, on your screen right now. And the 37 is going to get that outside going. Colton Snyder is trying to get that outside as well, as he's going to be in position number 9. And Lawson Williams in that 14 machine is currently in your 10th place driver. And here comes Cody Connor looking on the outside as he's getting that thing ripping and gripping up there as they go down the back straightaway. This is where your battle is currently. And Cody Connor looks down low. He's trying to get a 2-for-1 special in turn 1 and 2 as he's going to take over your top 10 or 10th position. And now he looks down low. It's 3 and 4. He's throwing a slide job here. Just keep it on the track as the 24 is going to cross him over and take over his 9th position back. And Cody Connor is going to get that outside going in 1 and 2 as Colton Snyder gets that low side going. We're going to be side by side for position number 9 down the back straightaway. And in turn number 3, Cody Connor's getting the outside going. He's going to take over position number 9. He's moved up 5 spots so far tonight. And he is I was going to say he's going to be your current hard charger, but no, that is going to be Alan Westland in that 20 machine. We're going to go back up towards the front of the field and see if there's any side-by-side action. As you see Brad Allman taking a pass there. And he's going to take over your 11th position. And on your screen now, you have Jacob Laster in 4th and Joey Neese in 5th as we missed the pass made by Zachary Metzner in that 17 machine to take over the third position away from Jacob Laster. On your screen now is the top. There's going to be second and third, as this is a battle for second on your screen. The 17 machine looking down low, 3 and 4. He's running the mid and 1 and 2. As he go down the back straightaway, he's looking down low in 3 and 4 again. And James Braswell Jr. is getting that outside going in 3 and 4 in the bottom side and 1 and 2. As we look at it, McWhorter has roughly a 2 to 2.5 second gap on these two drivers right here, as they're going to be side by side, most likely coming out of tube down the back straightaway, and the 109 got a good jump on the outside. And we're going to be side by side coming out of 4. That's still the 109 of James Braswell Jr. And we go back up here to your leader. That's Caden McWhorter, as he has lap traffic in between himself and these two drivers. That lap traffic is going to be Lucas Powell. See if that lap traffic is going to play any factor with these two drivers. Trying to battle it out for position number 2. As Metzner looks down low. And 3 and 4, once again, they have a good race going, as we're not even to the halfway point yet. And we're going to go back here with Jordan Koblenz in that 27, and Joey Neese in the 5. That's going to be your 4th and 5th place drivers currently on the field. And as soon as I do that, it looks like Metzner's getting a good run here. Lap traffic's going to play a factor here as they're side by side. They're going to be 3 wide with the lap traffic, and the lap traffic gave them room there. The 17's looking down low in turns 3 and 4. We're going to have another drag race here for position, and it looks like the 17 kind of gave some room to the 109. As Mike Manise is down there as well, going a lap down, and he's standing out of the way, and the 029 of Lucas Powell comes down and makes contact with Mike Manise in that 30 machine. Let's see if that's going to draw out a caution, or if both of those drivers towed out. It looks like the yellow flag is going to come out. And we're going to go take a look at what happened there. We're going to follow on board with Mike Manise in that 30 machine. You see him kind of limping his car on the bottom in 3 and 4. The 29 got up there in the slick and blew his tires off, comes down, makes contact in the right front of Mike Manise. And he's going to park it right there in the infield, and that's going to bring out another caution for tonight. And it's been Caden McWhorter since the drop of the green in that 14 machine leading the field, followed by James Braswell Jr. in the 109, the 17 of Zachary Metzner in 3rd, the 27 of Jordan Koblenz in 4th. And I believe that's going to be the 5 of Joey Neese in 5th, followed by the 51 of Jacob Laster in 6th. Tyler Burrow in the 35 machine, he's going to be sitting 7th. Brandon Marlowe in the 37 is going to be sitting 8th. Cody Connors in 9th, he's moved up 5 spots. And Brad Allman rounds out your top 10 so far tonight, as we're nearing the halfway point. It looks like we have a car coming out of the pit road there. We have 2 of them stacked up there. That's going to be the 96M of Matt Mitchell and the 83 of Josh Smith coming up back on the track and rejoining the field. The field's still going to be led by Caden McWhorter. Went through your top 10. And within your top 10 here, your her charger with those right now is going to be Cody Connor in that 3 machine, as he's moved up 5 spots. And we have another driver in the pits as well. If I can find him there. I don't see him anywhere. And he's coming in there. That's going to be the 020 of Tyler Carter as he's coming back out on the field. And it sounds like we missed some good, funny action there, as I believe he was roaming around the inside of the track trying to find the pits. And I wish I would have seen that. It would have been on the broadcast here with everyone who watched it as well. Okay. Caden McWhorter is going to be leading the field. The 109, James Braswell, is in second. We're going to be a single file restart here as we are going to start lap 28. As Caden McWhorter's coming out of turn number 4, he's getting the rolled up green flag. We're going to go green flag racing next time around. As he comes down the back straightaway leading the field. And in turn number 3, he can hit that loud pedal any time, as he's going to get a good jump here and hit that loud pedal. We're green flag racing once again, led by the 14 of Caden McWhorter, the 109 of James Braswell Jr., the 17 of Zachary Metzner is going to be your top 3, as I know that James Braswell Jr. and the 17 of Zachary Metzner, they wanted to see that caution, but Caden McWhorter did not want to see it. As they're coming out turn number 4, it's still going to be the top 3. They're following each other around this track currently. And then we go back to 4th, and that's going to be Jordan Koblenz, as he's running more of a slider line in 3 and 4 as we start the lap number 30. Joey Neese is going to get that outside in 1 and 2. Here comes the 51 of Jacob Lassiter. They're going to be side by side. This is your battle for 5th between the 5 and the 51. And that 5 is going to push it up high and get right there on the marbles. We're halfway through with your main event tonight. The 51 is going to take over your 5th place position as he's getting that bottom side going in 1 and 2. The 5 machine's up high. This is your side-by-side battle for position number 5 between all the 5s here. You got 55, 51 in position number 5. As we're coming out 4, it's going to be the 5 machine taking over your 5th place position. And right behind them is going to be the 35 of Tyler Burrow, as the 5 machine is going to get that outside going out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. He's moved down just a little bit on his entry there, coming in turn number 3. As they're coming out 4, it's still going to be the 5 machine taking over the 5th position. And Jacob Laster's still there running side by side when they're running clean and hard, trying to get caught back up to the 4 drivers in front of them and still race clean here and take over position. They're still going to be side by side. The 51 of Jacob Laster's got that bottom side going. Here comes Tyler Burrow in that 35. And right behind him is going to be Brandon Marlowe in that 37 machine. And we're going to go back up towards the front of the field, I believe, as the 51 and the 5 are... No one's really gaining any ground. They're just running side by side. That high side's going there right now. Once that bottom side comes in, I believe the 51 of Jacob Laster is going to find it before anyone else, as he's the first driver really driving that bottom side. And we go back up to the 27. That's going to be Jordan Koblenz in position number 4. And yes, we're going to come back up here to your top 3 drivers, as I did not realize that they're battling it out now. They're all stacked up on top of each other. The 14 of Caden McWhorter is going to be leading the field. James Braswell Jr. is on the outside. The 17 is looking down low. That's going to be Zachary Metzner, as they're going to be 3 wide coming out of turn number 4 for position number 1. And the 14 of Caden McWhorter is going to get that outside going. And we have a little bit of contact between James Braswell Jr. and Zachary Metzner in that 17 machine as they came out of turn number 4. And the 14 of Caden McWhorter is going to be leading us down the back straightaway once again. The 109 is looking in the middle of 3 and 4. And that's going to be Cody McWhorter blinking out there just a little bit, scaring these other 2 drivers right behind him. As the 109 of James Braswell Jr. is running the high side, followed by Zachary Metzner. And that's going to be in 3 and 4. They're running more of a mid line in 1 and 2. And still in 4th is going to be Jordan Koblenz. In the 109 of James Broswell Jr. He is your points leader coming into tonight's race. As he's trying to get some racing action going on here, as we are 18 laps remaining in this event. As you see that cushion in 3 and 4, that's pushed up right at the berm of the track. And they got some kind of moisture there in 3 and 4, or 1 and 2. And here comes the 109 looking down low in 3 and 4. They're going to be side by side coming out of turn 4. This is going to be a battle for your lead as they go down the front straightaway, as we are starting lap number 44. As the 14 of Caden McQuarter blinked out there, we're going to stay under green. We're going to have some contact there, but he didn't know where he's at. And they're going to be side by side going in turn number 1. The 109 is looking down low. The 14 is going to be up there to the high side. We're going to go down the back straightaway as the 14 is going to get that momentum coming. He's going to block that line of down low. Here comes the 27 trying to battle it out with the 17 for position number 3. We're going to have racing action between the top 4 drivers here, as the 14 is going to be taking the high side in 1 and 2. The 109 of James Broswell Jr. is running that midline in 1 and 2. And in 3 and 4, they're both running the same line. Here comes a slide job from the 27. He's going to make contact with James, and he's going to let up and recollect himself there as we're nearing the closing laps of this race. They're going to be side by side for position number 3. That's going to be the 17 and the 27 in 1 and 2, as the 27 is trying to get his momentum going once again. And we're going to go back down the back straightaway. The 14 of Caden McQuarter still leading the field, followed by the 109 of James Broswell Jr., the 17 of Zachary Metzner, the 27 of Jordan Koblenz. And Caden McQuarter keeps blinking out, as that's going to bring in some more racing action here, as whenever you have someone blinking out, it's hard to race with them, and you don't know where they're at, and you might end up taking them out. As they go in turn number 1, we're going to have lap traffic playing a factor, most likely in about 2 laps, as they go down the back straightaway. And in turn number 3, the 109 is looking down low just a little bit, and as they come out of turn 4, we have 10 laps remaining in this event. The 109 of James Broswell Jr. is going to try to look again down low in 1 and 2. And that was Matt Mitchell in the 96. He pulled down and out of the way for the lap traffic. It's been Caden McQuarter since the drop of the green, as he's running that high side in 1 and 2. He's blinked out once again, and playing a huge factor on James Broswell Jr. most likely. And the 17 of Zachary Metzner's in 3rd, followed by Jordan Koblenz, and see if Jordan Koblenz can get another good run here and try to throw a slide job on Zachary Metzner. As he looks down low in 1 and 2, he's going to get a good run. They're going to be side by side coming on turn 2. The 17 is going to pull him down the back straightaway, and as they go in turn number 3, the 17 looks down low to mid there and slides up. And we're going down the front straightaway. This 27's got that low side going. He's trying to throw a clean slide job without taking out Zachary Metzner in that 17 machine, is what it looks like, as he's running the high side, trying to get that momentum base going here. And we're going to go back up here. I think Caden McQuarter's still in the race, as he's not blinking out yet. Again, it's been Caden McQuarter since the drop of the green, the 109 of James Broswell Jr. And we're going to have racing action for your fifth place position, and that's going to be the 9A of Brad Allman, doing a 2-for-1 special right there is what I believe. And past Jacob Laster and Joey Neese. That's Joey Neese and Jacob Laster running side by side. As Brad Allman's getting that bottom side going there, we're going to come back up here to Zachary Metzner, as I believe There's too many purple cars right there. I thought it was the 17 or the 27 right in front of the 17. And Katie McWhorter is going to deal with lap traffic as they come out turn number 4, getting the white flag as we have 1 lap remaining. As lap traffic is going to play a factor here as they come out turn number 2. He's going to lead us down the back straightaway. James Braswell Jr. is going to be sitting in second. We're going to go back up there with Katie McWhorter. As soon as I said that, Katie McWhorter blinked out. And Katie McWhorter was inside the lap traffic there and going to win the race, followed by James Braswell Jr. and Zachary Metzner rounds out your top 3. As that was kind of hard to call right there as Katie McWhorter was blinking out there. We're going to hear from your top 3 tonight. And the rest of your results for tonight is going to be Jordan Koblenz in the 27, finishing 4th. Brad Allman in the 9 rounds out your top 5. Jacob Lasters in the 51 is going to finish 6th. The 35 of Tyler Burrow in 7th. The 37 of Brandon Marlowe in 8th. The 3 of Cody Connor in 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be the 5 of Joey Neese. In 11th, we have Lawson Williams. In 12th, we have Colton Snyder. 13th is going to be Josh Smith. 14th is going to be Earl Arts Jr. And in 15th is going to be Alan Westland. 16th is Kevin Coburn. 17th is going to be Tyler Carter. And 18th is Matt Mitchell. 19th, Lucas Powell. 20th is Mike Manise. 21, Alan Bergen. And rounding out the field is going to be Tyler Potter. And for your championship night here at Lucas Oil for the Spring Showdown. And we're going to hear from your top 3 drivers here. As we're going to hear from Zachary Metzner first. And Zach, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can. And good race tonight, finishing 3rd for championship night. Early on with the race, it seemed like there's a lot of cautions. Was that playing a factor early on in the race with your game plan?
I wouldn't say it was playing a factor. It was kind of just more of annoying to say the least. Because we got 2 cautions in 5 laps, so it's like once we kind of got once we kind of got spaced out a little bit, and then there's another caution, so it just kind of ruins the flow of everything. But it wasn't like, wasn't terrible. But it's whatever. I mean, shit happens. It's a tight track, especially when there's 22 cars, so it happens. So, oh well.
And before I ask you another question about the racing tonight, I think I probably butchered your last name, and I'm sorry about that. How do you say your last name correctly?
It's pronounced Metzner.
So I was saying it right this time.
There you go. Yeah,
And
trust me, you're not the only one who will ask that question. It gets pronounced wrong more times than you think.
I tried not to. I try my best not to mess up a name, but it happens here and there, and that's why I just want to clear up since you're actually over here on the podium.
Oh yeah, and it's all right. Shit happens. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of at this point, like I'm just used to it of people just kind of making a mistake with it. So it's all right.
And back to the racing ordeal, I missed the action where all 3 of y'all, top 3 drivers, were right there on top of each other. What kind of happened there to where y'all were racing side by side again with Katie McWhorter?
I honestly don't really know. I just think that Caden was blinking a little. He was blinking a little bit, like not too terrible, but he was blinking enough to where he would disappear for a couple seconds every now and then. But it wasn't like he was gone for an entire lap or something like that. But I think I think James went to pull a slider, and then next he just disappears. So and I think they did make contact coming off the corner because he reappeared. But then all of a sudden we're just right by each other for a couple laps. So I mean, it was fun. I can't complain. I mean, I thought the racing was pretty good. It went better than I thought it would go. That's for sure. I thought I had a chance to get around because I know I got to the top in 3 and 4s. I noticed I was going a little quicker than the middle was at one point, and thought I was gonna be able to get around James and Caden, but it wasn't meant to be. I think I hit the wall or something like that. But oh well, it was fun. Yeah, it was that blanket right there for a little bit was fun.
Oh, it was fun to watch and announce. It got Harry there. We also had the 27 jumping in there as well and trying to get into the action.
Yeah, that made me kind of realize I don't need to like focus on like trying to get past James here because I'm like I'm just was trying to hold on to a top 3 spot and the 27 was just I know it I could just see him coming up closer and closer and then I think he tried to pull a slider and then he ended up hitting James which actually probably saved my position because he cleared me but him hitting James allowed me to actually stay in front of him thankfully but yeah it was fun it was a good race once we were able to get rid of the cautions that's for sure.
Yes, sir. And do you have any sponsors or shout outs that you'd like to give out?
Sure, I got Midwest Sim Sports, Majula Safe Space Shop, Cranky J Designs, UV Blue Crew, CRA, and Jimmy John's, because why not? And yeah, that's it.
Again, congratulations on your top three finish here tonight for championship night of the Spring Showdown. And I believe as well you're in the top three of the points for
Yeah,
for the
I think
series.
I think I'll finish second because James had a great night and I
Yes.
needed him to have a bad night. So, but
Yes,
that didn't happen clearly. So,
you're 37 points behind James coming into tonight, and so I think you're going to end up wrapping up your second position there.
yep, I will take that then. I have no complaints about that. I've been consistent, but I just wasn't able to get a win at all. So, but it was a fun season. Can't complain.
Yes, yes sir. And we'll catch you on the next series here for Dirt Series promotions.
Yep, sounds good, sir. Have a good night, man.
Yes, you too, man. And there you have it, your third place finisher of Zachary Metzner. We're going to hear from James Broswell Jr., your second place finisher tonight. And James, do you got a copy?
Yes.
Man, that was a good, hard fought race. On that initial start, you and Caden kind of took off right there, if I remember correctly, and held on to the first and second positions for the whole race. It seemed like. Uh, how was the track out there for you?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, he took off. He got a big lead at first, but I was not trying to waste my tires if we got late cautions. And you didn't see in the series before, somebody leads 40 laps, burn them up, and they fall back. So that first 35 laps, I was probably going about 70, 80%, trying to save what I could, running the bottom half a lap, top the other lap, just trying to stay up there, but not burn them up too bad. And track was good. It was racy. Right at the very end, it kind of got locked down on the slider line, but at least it didn't start off like that. So I think the track was good. It was fun.
And talking about trying to save your tires, seeing that last week with Caden McQuarter, I think it was where he led 50 laps, I believe, and ended up burning his tires off and I think finished fourth or something like that. But it makes sense why what you're talking about with saving the tires because you want those late jumps on the restarts and good runs under green flag racing condition.
Yeah, I think you ended up getting like ninth last week, which sucks, like leading that much. But that's just the game you play. You just hope for not a caution, get a caution. You're done for if you burn them up. Yeah, we were good right there. Around laps 35 or 40, I can tell we saved more because we reeled him in. He didn't take off from us after that next restart, and we were knocking at the door. I think I bumped him once too on accident, but there's too many times, and I thought I was going to kill him because I hit the brake. He would blink out for about a full 2 seconds, but not his fault. Just wish that didn't happen. But it didn't really mess me up too much doing that. Like I could still stay with him, but there was a car I think trying to slide for third or fourth and killed us in the left rear, and my car it was fine, but like it went instantly loose. Like I lost like 20% tire wear, so there's nothing I could do after that. I tried to stay with him, but it just went completely loose after when I got hit in the left rear. It probably knocked the axle lead out some or something. I don't know, but I have tornado weather on here. My only goal was to my computer not shut off and get my points, some kind of points, to where we could hold on to the championship lead. I didn't care what place I got. Didn't come here to win. I came here to not have my computer and power shut off.
Well, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and try to save you here with a shorter interview because I know the tornado weather, as I live in Oklahoma, right in Tornado Alley. Good race tonight, and do you have any shout outs for your sponsors or anything?
Shout out Mid South Mafia, and shout out y'all for doing the broadcast, and Josh for doing this league. It's the first time I ever run it, and I had fun. It was a great time. I'll probably try to do a slick series challenge tracks when I can. If I'm here, I'll definitely do them and support him. I like him. It's a good league, and it's well kept, so it was all good. And like I said, it was a good night, and it's over with. We stayed consistent enough to pull it off.
Yep. And congratulations on your second place finish tonight and your points championship for the spring showdown.
Yeah, it's awesome. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. And stay safe tonight. And it was good hearing from you.
Me too. Bye.
Yep. And there you have it, your second place finisher of James Broswell Jr. We're going to hear from Caden McWhorter, the 14 machine that led since the drop of the green. And Caden, are you there?
Yep.
Man, you led that race since the drop of the green. Were you worried about your tire wear at any part of that any part of that race?
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like the past 3 weeks I just go as hard as I can and ended up screwing myself. So I kind of thought about it and definitely paced myself a little bit more today.
And I don't know if you were watching the broadcast and heard the interview with James, but that's what we brought up, is that you're good and strong and go out there and you lead a lot of laps, and then it seems like your tires just wear off and you don't have anything there at the end. And tonight you did actually have something there at the end to maintain and take home the W.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of get carried away sometimes where I just want to go as hard as I can and then I end up screwing myself. But yeah, I definitely paced myself a little bit more today, which was probably good.
And at one point, I believe you had one lap traffic that you already passed and everything. And you had a 2 to 2.5 second gap on James and Zach there. What was going through your mind once that caution flag came out?
Hopefully I saved enough because I feel like I did kind of start pacing a little bit once I saw I had a big lead. And then the lap cars weren't very easy to pass for some reason. But yeah, I felt all right though.
And see, on the closing laps there, I seen you were running the high side. You ran high. And over in 3 and 4, that cushion was kind of way up there. It wasn't almost non-existent. Were you worried about going over the track there?
I really wasn't worried about going over. I was worried about just getting hung out. I feel like I was kind of getting out 4, and then I kind of got away from that, and I started slamming myself at 1 and 2, and that seemed to work really good.
And do you have any sponsors that you'd like to give a shout out to, man?
Yeah, I got to thank Trey McCorder for all the sim help, and then J. Dickens Race Engines, Longhorn Chassis, and all my sponsors for getting me here.
And congratulations on your win here for championship night for the spring showdown. And hopefully we catch you on the other series here with Dirt Series Promotions.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And have a good night, man. And there you have it. Your winner tonight, Caden McWhorter, in that 14 machine. And that's going to conclude your spring showdown, as next week we're going to be off. We're going to be off for the next 2 weeks, and then the Dirt Series Promotions will have the Slick Track Challenge on the 24th. And I have prior obligations on that night, as we will not be able to cover that Slick Track Challenge. But if you go to dirt-series.com, you can register for any of the events that are coming up. That Slick Track Challenge is free to enter and free to race. So feel free to reach out to Dirt Series Promotions to get out there, as they've already ran the first two races of that series. It's a 10-race series, and we're going to have 2 drop nights, so if you miss the first 2, you're still in the points contention, and just got to be there for the last 8 races. That track is still to be determined. Just check out thedirtseries.com and register today. Again, thank you here on Right Rear Racing for joining in. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and hit that like, follow, share, and we're over on YouTube as well. If you want to subscribe on YouTube, that would be greatly appreciated. And check out our merchandise at rightrearracing.com/merch to get your merchandise today. Thank you and have a good night, guys.